So the trip has officially begun. Our little project lighthouse.
Carla, it's okay.
It's a little early for somebody. So the plan is to go around Nova Scotia and try to visit as many lighthouses as we can. We don't know how many we're gonna hit. We initially said we'll try to do 100 in 100 hours. Probably a difficult milestone. We've set our expectations too high. We're way too ambitious like that. But we're gonna try to do as many as we can. We'll see how many we can get done. And we've obviously decided to begin our trip here at Cape Forchu, right? Yarmouth being our hometown, and we come here literally every other weekend. We thought it'd be a perfect place for us to start our trip. So the plan is for us to go down the south shore, try to hit as many lighthouses as we can, and we'll try to find a little campsite for the night. And we're going to be doing that for the next 4 days. We'll see how it goes. Follow us along and let's go look at some lighthouses. So the Cape Forchu lighthouse, like all the lighthouses in this series, has so much history. It has apparently always been a huge tourist destination. Before the current apple court tower you see today stood a timber tower known as the Old Yarmouth Light. Cape Forchu is Nova Scotia's only intact light station open to the public. All the others have lost one or more keepers' houses and outbuildings. It was also the first light station in Canada to be passed over to the municipality by federal government, all thanks to Craig Harding. Apparently, the Cape Forchu lighthouse was in grave danger of being sold to developers, but Craig led the Friends of Yarmouth Light, a non-profit organization, in a 6-year fight to save the station for public use. It's only right to begin this video thanking the people who worked towards preserving these beautiful historic landmarks that we are enjoying today. Okay, so we were driving down and we've spotted another lighthouse. It's way over there. It's called Bug Light. We've always seen it when we've driven up this road, but we've actually never tried to go to the lighthouse. I think there's a way to get to it from like inside town, so we're gonna try to do that now. Road down to it, and we could keep going down with our Jeep, but we don't really want to drive down because, as you can see, like a lot of people have driven down and the road is already a mess, and I feel like we should take the responsible decision and not do it in the spring so that we don't ruin it more. I was looking into the history of Bunker Island Lighthouse, also known as Bug Light, and trying to piece it all together when I came across this heartwarming story by our dear friend Carla Allen. The story was published in 2019, where 91-year-old Robert Couture, the sole surviving member of a family that lived on Bug Light, shares some memories. Looking back at our visit to the lighthouse, I was surprised to learn that keeper Jules Couture and his wife Ida and their 6 children called the lighthouse their home for 29 years. Robert shares some really fond memories in the article. He talks about his commute to school from the lighthouse, the house itself, Hurricane Edna, leaving the lighthouse, and so much more. In Robert's words, he says, "It was a good life, except when it stormed. We were all together there." See, he told you he was gonna eat it. Abbott's Harbour Lighthouse was built on the mainland at Abbott's Harbour in 1922 to replace the previous system of a lantern hoisted on a mast which was located on Abbott's Island. When the Department of Fisheries and Oceans sought to pass the lighthouse over to the community, they discovered that it had been built in the wrong place, a private land. As a solution for this problem, in June 2004, it was cut in 3 pieces and moved on a flatbed truck from Abbott's Harbour Road, Lobster Bay, to Le Village Historique Acadien in West Pubnico. The transfer of ownership to Le Village and moving the lighthouse was an excellent way to ensure its continued preservation. Do I have food in my mouth? Okay, so this is Salmon River Lighthouse. I believe it's privately owned now. I think it's been decommissioned. But hey, it's still a lighthouse and it's standing, so we're gonna add it to our list. Welcome to Salmon River Lighthouse. In 1924, a lighthouse was erected on the government wharf at Salmon River, from where it displayed a fixed white light. Salmon River Light was discontinued in the 1980s and subsequently sold and relocated roughly 60 kilometers to West Pubnico, where it became part of a gift shop called La Lighthouse de Pomme-Coupe. In 2015, the lighthouse was refurbished and then painted to resemble an Acadian flag. We saw so many miniature lighthouses like this during our trip, like little lighthouse babies. I wish we could add them to our list.
Why not?
Pubnico Harbour Lighthouse was finished in 1853. The original lighthouse was one that resembled Fort Point Lighthouse in Liverpool, which is still standing and one that you will see later in this series. The building was eventually replaced by a fiberglass tower 11.5 meters tall. The hike up to this lighthouse was rocky, literally, but it offers great views of offshore islands, the Atlantic Ocean, and the wind farm located across the harbour.
Okay, so that was our 5th lighthouse of the day, but there are over 150 lighthouses in Nova Scotia. Actually, at one point there were 180 lighthouses, but some of them were claimed by nature, some of them were decommissioned by the government, and some were sold as real estate properties. Currently, there are about 150 standing. Most of them, I believe, are not staffed. Some of them are just automated, and some of them, they're just not functioning anymore. So for the purpose of this trip, we want to try to visit the ones that are on land. At least I think 50% or maybe a little bit less than that are on islands that are remote and they cannot be you can't access them via road. You have to take a ferry, or there are like special boats and stuff. There may be special tours and stuff that are organized, but for the purpose of this trip, we're going to just be focusing on the ones that we can access by road. If you want to learn more about the history of these lighthouses, visit Nova Scotia Lighthouse Preservation Society. We got most of our information from there, and they also have like a map on there showing all the lighthouses around Nova Scotia. Thanks to them for preserving the lighthouses and all the information. And let's go to the next lighthouse. Here we're making a quick stop trying to get some fish and chips.
It ended up being a really quick stop indeed, because they told us the food will be ready in 30 minutes. I was like, there's no way we've got 30 minutes to spare. We have lighthouses to see. And now here's Aldo walking away disappointed because the flag wouldn't fly. The Seal Island Light Museum, a replica of the top half of the Seal Island Lighthouse, displays lighthouse equipment and memorabilia of the Barrington and Cape Sable area and tells the fascinating history of the lights on Cape Sable Island, Bon Portage, and Seal Island. I think this is the widest lighthouse we've seen so far. I think the tallest was Cape Forchu. The widest is this one. The building is topped by the cast iron lantern which was removed from the tower in 1978. It is unfortunate that it was closed during our visit because apparently you can climb iron stairs from the 3rd level just like the keepers did for 76 years to see original clockwork mechanism and the only installed Fresnel lens in Nova Scotia. I have no idea what a Fresnel lens is, but it would have been certainly cool to see one. Is your head in?
Yeah.
Where are your hands?
Yeah.
Bacaro Point is the southernmost point on the Nova Scotia mainland. On January 16, 1934, the original Bacaro Point lighthouse was destroyed by fire. A temporary light was exhibited from a pole until the present square, pyramid-looking tower was constructed later that year. The Bacaro Point lighthouse, due to its strategic location, was the site of a LORAN, long-range navigation station, an early warning radar station established in 1943 and 1957 by Royal Canadian Navy, the United States Air Force, and Barrington Air Force Station. The place seemed to be a hit among the locals as well, because for the first time during our trip, we were around other people. It was so windy at this lighthouse, so we are going to play some music so we can enjoy it. So we'll leave you at our 7th lighthouse of the day. Join us next episode as we continue along the coast on this lighthouse project. Until then, as always, like this video if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave your questions and suggestions in the comment section below. That's it. Thanks. Bye.
E01.
Don't pretend like you haven't eaten.